I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosden on November 5th. Paid for by Bosden for Legislature.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 20th through the 26th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. 0% with roof credit.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. volleyball is the next major league.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Gray.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good morning, folks. It is Monday. It is October 21st. And yes, it was a very rough weekend. If you're a Husker fan, which it's hard even put into words, but we got a lot to discuss today, and it's going to be mostly Nebraska football. We want to hear what you have to say. Call in, text in. We're not going to go a lot of other places because, after a loss like that, you know what? People need a safe place just to say, you know what, I'm pissed. We've had about 48 hours to deal with it, but still, we want to know what you're thinking. Know how you're feeling. And, guys, none of us expect that. Before we dive into that, though, Raff, what's happened there in Alabama, man? Did you hear the moans all the way down there from Nebraska down to Huntsville?
Oh, yeah. I heard them. I heard them.
And where you're at right now, it's probably just even exacerbated even more because of after what happened to Alabama.
Yeah. Yep.
Goodness.
I'm sure Kalen's having a lovely Monday morning.
Oh, I'm sure he's not. It's probably no different than what's going on at One Memorial Stadium Drive right down the road from us right now as far as that goes, man. Rafferty, but you did play a nice – what was the golf course you played at on yesterday morning, bro?
Played Hampton Cove. It's the Robert Trent Jones, one of the Robert Trent Jones courses here in Alabama.
That whole trail. And they have a whole trail of them that goes throughout there, Raff.
Yeah, yep. I think they have – I don't know the exact number, but I know it's
a lot.
Probably 5 or 6, maybe more, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. At least that many. Cubsker, yes, indeed, brother. Good morning. It is a Steelers victory Monday. So that Cubsker, that did help me out a little bit. I'm going to tell you that because last night it was looking kind of iffy for a while. Then I took care of business. So yeah, we'll probably discuss more of that on Tuesday, tomorrow after all the games are done. But Nick, you were in. AG is going to be out and he'll be in back on Wednesday. I will actually be zooming in from Montana. I catch a plane to Billings this afternoon.
Oh, wow.
So I'll zoom in tomorrow and on my flight is at 11:30 your time. So y'all probably on Wednesday too.
Cool.
But I'll be zooming in tomorrow and both Wednesday from Billings, Montana. AG, of course, will be tapping back in on Wednesday from Houston. Raff from Huntsville. Nick, you and Jay, the black shirt, went over to Bloomington, man. Tell us what was the vibe like? Before we get to the game, what was the vibe like? Stadium, ambiance, etc.
I loved Bloomington, guys. I really did. I really enjoyed Bloomington. College town through and through. You could feel that, right? It's a lot of everything is walking distance, close proximity for the most part. And they had their basketball Hoosier Hysteria on Friday night, which is like their basketball scrimmage. And the atmosphere was great. Jay and I drove up to Bloomington because we stayed in Indianapolis, which is about 50 minutes away or so. And it was kind of crazy because we drove up to Bloomington the morning of the game, and it's probably, so it's Eastern time there, obviously. We got there about 8:15 in the morning. So we're talking less than 4 hours from kickoff, right? Mm-hmm. And we're so accustomed to it here in Lincoln to where 4 hours before kickoff, people are tailgating, people are lining the streets. They're down here. Mm-hmm. Downtown is full.
Well, where we were at, there were parking spots galore just on the street. We were concerned about parking.
Right.
And we pulled right up and got a spot right in the heart of downtown Bloomington at 8:15 local time, which is 7:15 this time.
Right.
But 8:15 local time in Bloomington. So it was kind of crazy just because the atmosphere on Saturday morning, it took a little bit for it to get going. However,
when they got it going, they got it going.
I was just going to say, however, Indiana fans were out in full force. They were feeling really, really strong, and their team gave them something to certainly cheer about.
You know what, you guys, Raff and Nick, I didn't think that I would still be as pissed off this morning. No, I'm still pissed off. I thought, granted, the Steelers helped. I mean, that helped mitigate some, but I don't like losing by 3, let alone to lose, by 49 points, man. And folks, if you're pissed, it's okay. There is nothing wrong, because I was driving here this morning, Raff and Nick, I'm thinking, we lost by 49 freaking points.
Yeah, and I didn't
see 49 coming.
I didn't see 49 coming. I didn't see Nebraska allowing 56 points. I'm not sure. I don't want to sound too dramatic when I say this. I don't know what problem needs to be fixed first. Like that's the honest truth. Like as I've give myself 24 hours to think about it. Like I don't know what issue, because there's a couple of them, without sounding, like I said, too dramatic, sounding the alarms, because I think maybe at times fans can go over the top, right? I don't know what needs to be priority A. I don't know if it's figure out coaching staff issues. I don't know if it's figure out personnel. I don't know if it's learn more about your roster. I did not appreciate this is one thing I will say. From the post-game press conference, I thought we were done with we didn't expect this. We thought we were going to play better. They didn't. They played way better than we expected them to. They were out prepared. They were more prepared than we were. Our guys still played hard. No, because if anybody in that stadium was able to feel that Nebraska just didn't show up.
Chief, Raff, and Nick, you were right there. I seriously felt texting with a few of the former guys, man, and just saying, it looks like they have no energy whatsoever out there. I mean, just none.
From the get-go.
From the start.
You knew, by being in that stadium, you knew that as soon as Ja'Cory Barney stepped out of bounds at the 1 or 2 yard line, it was done.
I didn't see any.
You knew from that moment, once again, without trying to be too dramatic.
No, it's just
you knew from that moment, by body language, by the demeanor, by the way that Indiana was acting, and you were, how drastically different it was. You knew that it was done.
It was, folks, we're putting it out there. You are more than welcome to text in. We're going to read as many of these texts we possibly can. Give us a call as well on the Starter Heyman text line. Let us know how you're feeling right there. I've got a number. We got a lot of them right here. Raff, did you notice that? Did you notice just the lack of energy on Saturday, man?
I don't know if it was lack of energy. What it just upset me the most is football is 11 on 11. And a lot of the times you're head up on another person. It's just one man going against another man. And I guess what was upsetting to me was there wasn't one person that was winning. It was we talk all the time that, we've got these potential players that can possibly go to the NFL. I mean, I'm just going to say it like it is. I mean, our defensive line, it just did not, there was no penetration. There was nobody beating.
Right. None.
And I get it. Like, okay, so maybe Cignetti's a great coach and has a great game plan and stuff like that. But it wasn't rocket science. It's nothing that we've never seen. It wasn't like this brand new offense that was like, never seen before. And we knew what we were going to get. And I guess that's what's upsetting. But then you also see they're running, their RPOs and the screen passes like that. They're getting downfield blocking. They're getting yards. Then we go to our offense. We're trying to throw those slip screens and those bubble screens and stuff like that. No blocking. And that's what happens.
Raff, you guys and Nick, would you just mention as far as the just the lack of Signetti's a good coach, we know that. This had nothing to do with being out schemed. This had to do with being out physical and just punched in the freaking mouth repeatedly over and over. They had 250 yards rushing, 215 yards rushing.
Yeah. I just
that's just 1-2 yards. That's just want to.
Just like Raff said, I think like Jay and I talked extensively on air down there. Like that was a money-making game. That was a game where those dudes that we talked about going to the NFL, that's where they make their Sunday money. There were scouts in attendance. There's scouts at every single Nebraska game. They were sitting right next to Jay and I up in the press box. Bears, Texans, Bills, Chargers. I mean, the list goes. There was over 5 scouts there from various NFL teams. And what did you put on tape?
Nothing.
Like what? If you're and without individually calling guys out, the ones that have opportunities to go to the league next year, what did you put on tape Saturday? What do you look at today and go, yeah, you know what? Like that, I did this. I did that really well on Saturday. Nothing. I mean, that was a prime opportunity, and not only the leaders of Nebraska's team, every single player folded. I mean, and that's as dark and as sad and as unfortunate as I think you can say it. And that's not trying to be negative.
Nick, it's the truth.
That is being honest.
It's the truth.
Everybody in that stadium, you were playing in front of 56,000 or 52,000. Not a massive crowd by any means. It was jumping, but man, I mean, when the lights shined the brightest, you thought that you had moved on. And Jay said it in the post game, guys. Let's say it's a 41-24 type of game, like Indiana had with Northwestern. Like Indiana had with Northwestern. There's things where you say, yeah, you know what? We just didn't play well. But you scored 24 points, you got a couple of stops, and you were able to maybe pick at some things that you did okay and you can build on. You know, that's why I started off with, I don't know what issue number one is that needs to be fixed.
There's a lot. I tell you what, Bubba, you know, I can't read everything you said, but I agree with you. He's pissed off. He goes, I'm tired of spending my hard-earned money to see this product. And Bubba, I can't argue with you on that, man. It was every bit of disgraceful, the display we put out there on Saturday. I mean, the numbers, I mean, we're going to take a break and come back. We'll be reading more of your texts, taking calls if you have calls. But Nick, there's so much in Raff. There's so much to unpack here. It'd probably take us the whole week to unpack this debacle. Because that's what it was. It was just an absolute shellacking. I can't think of one player. I'm just being honest. I can't think of one player that stands out to me and says, you know what? I could see something good from that. I can't think of one.
Thomas Fidone had a good day catching the ball.
Yeah.
I specifically say catching the ball. I mean, time and time again, Nebraska's blocking on the perimeter is just not up to standard. There's so much discussion about standard. I mean, we got text about, do you think the bye hurt us?
They had a bye too.
Well, that, but also, if anything, it should benefit you.
It help you.
Yeah.
Like that showed me, the performance on Saturday showed me that you did not handle your bye correctly.
I don't know what
from an individual standpoint, but also maybe even from an organizational standpoint.
There were so many glaring issues that just glared on Saturday, you guys. It was the thing that I'm the most shocked about. I can think about, you know, schemes and things of that nature. We'll get into that. The thing I can't understand is how they came out with no energy or possess whatsoever.
How do you not want to be there?
I don't understand that. That's the part the hardest. I'm just scratching my head.
And then the first time, and Jamari Butler said this, the first time that you get punched in the mouth, the confidence is gone.
I don't
like how I don't understand from a competitor standpoint. You're playing a team undefeated, a team that
national television
is on, a game that's on national television, and you're not ready to go. You're not ready to go, whether you had a bye week, whether you didn't have a bye week, whether you played the day before, whether you practiced the day before. I don't know how you're not from just a competitive standpoint. Once again, because if Nebraska would have lost that game 34-21, we're sitting there going, okay, there's a couple things that we can for sure reference and look to. But I mean, it was nothing.
It was nothing, man. And you know what? the off week, what time the game was kicked off, where was that? Man, the other team plays in those same conditions.
Exactly.
You know, I don't, and you know what, guys, we've kind of, me and some four guys were kind of teasing about the white uniforms. Me personally, I would burn the white uniforms. We're like 5 and 17 in those, literally all time in those jerseys. That's beside the point. That's cosmetics. I don't care about what time we played the game. Indiana played at 11 as well. They had an off week as well. All of those, to me, those are non-consequential. None of those negate the fact that you came out on national television against a ranked team. You have a chance to show that, hey, we've made some progress. We made some strides. Man, we went backwards psychologically in that game to lose by 49 points. So all of those excuses about, well, it was a game time. No, they played at 11 o'clock too. They had an off week too. Nebraska simply did not show up. And to say anything different to our listenership, where you'd be telling you it's raining and it's not. Bottom line, do they still have things ahead of them? Yes, of course. The season's not over by any stretch. But that game Saturday was an absolute repeated gut punch. Yeah, it was a gut punch, and what happened over and over and over. And the thing that bothers me the most, you guys, it didn't seem like we did anything to combat the blows. It's just like getting in the ring and just saying, beat me, kick me, stomp me.
Yeah. Oh, so it's easier for you to punch me if I'm not covering my face? Okay, here, let me put my arms down to my side.
It was absolute. It was abuse.
Yeah,
it was hard to see a Nebraska team. And granted, people are gonna say we've been seeing this. It's still hard for me to see that. It's hard for you guys. It's hard for me to see a team just get bludgeoned and not even show any fight. Maybe I'm wrong. I just didn't see any fight for 4 quarters.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Raff. Any thoughts?
No, I didn't see that either. And I know that, maybe people, maybe down at the university, maybe get upset with what we're saying. But the thing is, it's like,
that's my concern, bro.
But it's the thing. It's the thing is, like, we hear this. It seems like once a year or whatever, we've heard this. Well, I take this upon me. I didn't have the team prepared properly. It's like, well, I mean, we can only go to that excuse so often. It's like, it's upsetting just for the fact that, yeah, Indiana's good. I'm not taking nothing away from Indiana, but to think that they're a 56-7 better than us, I mean, then that opens my eyes to think, well, maybe things, aren't, progressing what we thought down at the down. I thought, okay, you got year 1, you got year 2, you got year 3. Well, this is definitely one of those moments where I'm sitting here going, have we progressed any from year 1 then? It's frustrating.
I just think, I mean, there's a lot of texts and reaction that we can get to.
We got a lot.
And that's where it's like, we do have to be not even careful. Cause I mean, we're saying what is truly on our minds here. We have to be, I do want to be cautious with how I frame things at times, just because I don't like calling for jobs. And also, I don't know if that's just like the immediate fix that Nebraska is searching for. Oklahoma fires their OC, right? And there's another school that fired their OC. East Carolina fired their head coach. Like, yeah, right. There's a lot that Nebraska could do that would be drastic changes. I think it's important not to panic. However, it's also becoming some sort of a pattern. Nebraska's inability, number one, that which could fall sometimes on the players. Number 2, the unwillingness to run the ball. That part falls on the coaches. I genuinely think it's a 2-part issue. I think it's at times you have guys that there's not a whole lot of pride out there. I think also at times there's disconnect on what some coaches want to do and other coaches actually want to do. And that's an issue, right? So then I told you guys I wasn't going to say this because there's another one of our colleagues that put this out on Twitter, and I respect it because I agree with the same take. And I'm going to use it here once again because I thought about it yesterday Saturday night on the flight home. Who is going to be more important? What is priority number 1? DP always says it. What is priority number 1? Is it the players or is it the coaching staff? Is it the players or the coaching staff? Because 120 guys that are on the roster deserved way better than whatever coaching debacle that was on Saturday. However, the 120 guys, they needed to put on a way better showing.
Yeah.
That was unacceptable, right? So I think it's truly a two-part issue, which is why I opened up when you guys asked me about, I'm not sure what priority or issue number one, or the number one issue to fix is, because genuinely, I think both need to be fixed. Nebraska, like we talked, Jay and I were talking on the way back into town, like what are off-season needs for Nebraska? And it's mind-boggling onto like where Nebraska could get better.
You know, it is, we're going to go to break, but I am going to say this. Folks, if you're pissed off and you have criticism, I hate when people say, well, you're not a fan then. Well, being a fan means you care. I hope you say something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like when people say, well, if you're a fan, true fans don't criticize the team.
Don't criticize. Yeah, I hate that.
That is one of the most foolish things I've ever heard before. Of course, you're going to criticize. Put it this way. When you care about something, you love something, granted, we are talking about sports, but at the same time, when you have a deep affection for something, you're going to say something if it bothers you. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to say something. To me, here's the problem. And I've Raff and Nick, you've heard me say this for the past couple of years. When fans stop saying stuff is when you better start worrying.
Yeah.
Because when apathy kicks in, you're in trouble at that point. So listen, I'm not saying enjoy it. Having criticism and folks being pissed off and upset is a good thing. When folks are no longer upset about your performance, that's when you better start worrying, because that's when, you know what? They start finding other things to do on game day.
Yeah.
It's i.e. income. So folks, be pissed. Share your frustrations.
Yep.
All right? That's part of it. I get it. I mean, we're always not going to agree on everything. But there is when you love something, you care about something, you have a passionate, rabid fan base that we have, there's going to be those things. Folks, we're going to come back, read some more of your texts, take some of your calls. Yeah, it's a rough one. It's a rough one. And you know what? I say this, though, Raff and Nick, and we got a call on the phone. We're going to take the call on the phone after we come back. So tell our caller to hold on right there. We'll take that. Because I tell you what, they better have a short memory, because guess what? Columbus, Ohio ain't going to be no better, baby. That's the reality. That's the reality.
Aren't they coming off a loss?
And they're coming off a bye week, pissed off as well. So we'll see what happens.
Maybe the bye week will hurt them too.
Yeah, they'll come out flat. It's an 11 o'clock game.
Right. Folks, it's The Drive. It's 937 Tick. We'll be right back.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of healthcare, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th, paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 27th, enjoy USDA Choice Boneless Beef Crock-Pot Roast for $5.99 per pound, whole bone-in pork butts for $1.88 per pound, 8-ounce stuffed pork chops, 3 for $10, and Fairway's famous and original beer brats for $3.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
and electrical.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 27th, enjoy USDA Choice Boneless Beef Crock-Pot Roast for $5.99 per pound, whole bone-in pork butts for $1.88 per pound, 8-ounce stuffed pork chops, 3 for $10, and Fairway's famous and original beer brats for $3.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back on this Monday. We got a caller that's going to be calling in. It is Monday here in the capital city. Well, it's Monday everywhere.
We got John.
Yes, we got John.
John, what's on your mind?
John, what's happening, brother?
Oh, guys. I tell you what. Thanks for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have 2 hours, so I'm going to try to keep this brief. And AD, you and I have talked back and forth, texting the last 2 or 3 weeks, actually, with some concerns. But let me just stick to our offense here. And because you guys are talking about what could we improve. So let's just keep it to that. So let's just say you are a defensive coordinator preparing to play against our offense. Here's what I see. I see no running game whatsoever. Our best play has been our speed sweep, which we've put on film a lot now to this point. So that's really just smoke and mirrors. So when I say no running game, when your quarterback is no threat to run the ball, the defense, it's basically like adding another defender. You with me there?
Mm-hmm.
And so they can put another defender. Well, okay, so that I think hurts us. That's also why Harburg, I think, at this point gives us a better chance to have a successful offense, but that's not my decision. So let's just start with the running game. We have no physical power running game then. Like we're not clearly either can't or not, or we're not committed to it whatsoever. We do move some guys around, shift, try to add a gap here and there. But again, we've put that on film, so that's not all that difficult to defend. And because we don't do we can't run the quarterback, we can't run the ball at all. We have no real play action, although Fedoni's having himself a nice season. And we seem to not have a receiver to stretch the field. So I'm again, if you're a defensive coach, what scares you about our offense? And I would say absolutely nothing. And the frustrating part is I know when Trev set out to hire a coach, he wanted a physical running game. That's a winner. That's a good place to start. We don't have that. Not even close to that. And I think it's disrespectful to so many fans in Nebraska that is who we are. We know that's a winner here, and yet we're in 10 personnel, 11 personnel, and we're in gun, and we're chucking the ball around, and I'm afraid this is just the beginning of the beatdowns unless they can figure that out. So with that, I'll sign out and let everybody else figure out how to fix everything else. But I needed to get that off my chest.
John.
Thanks, John.
John, appreciate you. And nothing you said is incorrect in that if you're scheming against Nebraska from a defensive perspective and you're going against our offense, Raff, Nick, we've put it very simple that we're not committed to the run game. And you know what? The reality is this, you guys. The numbers don't lie. We had 70 yards rushing. 70. 7-0. Harburg was 5 for 32. Emmett was 8 for 24. Dowdell was 7 for 16. Then there was one, Barney was 1 for 7. But I mean, just no running game whatsoever.
Go ahead, Raff.
I was just listening. I think that a lot of it. I mean, to be honest with you,
spit it out, Raff.
what do we talk about? Going into the game, you don't want to play from behind the chains. Well, you can't come from a timeout and get a penalty. Sorry,
no. Oh my
that's
God.
unacceptable. You cannot do that.
Right.
That kills you. You can't. We say commit to the running game. Commit to the running game is not just on first down.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to run the ball. It's stuff like that I see. Like, I want to know, like we talked about, Indiana and their game plan. They come in, they have their game plan. Okay, this is how we're going to go after the defense. What we're going to do. What's that? Sometimes I feel like Nebraska's offense is getting out a dartboard and just throwing it at the dartboard and seeing what sticks. Like we talked about the jet sweep, for instance. Okay, the jet sweeps work really well with Ja'Cory Barney this year. So then we come out and we run a jet sweep with Nair. It's like that's not his thing. It's like, come on.
I didn't understand that one at all, Raff. Nick, I'm sure you probably didn't either when you're watching that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like that's the personnel decisions that kind of make me scratch my head a little bit. Guys, this was also the part. So a couple of things with John's call. I think Dylan Raiola needs to be Nebraska's quarterback. I'll come out and say that. I'm not a fan of the narrative of benching Dylan Raiola, even if it's to sit for 2 series. I just don't. Dylan Raiola is Nebraska's best player on the field.
I agree.
That's just the case of it all. To the piece of the quarterback run game, a big reason why Nebraska hasn't turned it over an extensive period of time, or quite often. I mean, they matched their season total on Saturday. A big reason though that through the previous 5 games Nebraska had quote unquote fixed the turnover issue was because of your quarterback. Was because and at times the only reason that you did give a turnover was because your receivers went up and played soft or didn't take away the ball and didn't go up and grab the ball out of the air. In years past, when Nebraska has had the running element, they've almost done it too much with the quarterback to where they rely on it, and that is their only source of offense.
Yep.
Rather, they still haven't had a physical running game. I mean, this is a 5-year issue where Nebraska hasn't had a physical, conventional running game. It's been quarterback run. The biggest issue, and this is something that I actually tweeted out, and I was surprised that it maybe didn't get more traction, was Nebraska. This was at the 3:47 mark in the second quarter. Indiana just scored to take a 21-7 lead. Ja'Cory Barney obviously scored earlier at the 7-minute mark to make it 14-7. You felt like, okay, Nebraska has it's time to steady the ship. This is when you got to go in, get a stop, and allow everybody just to settle down. Nebraska then allows the quick. Well, first of all, they allowed a 3rd and 8 conversion on a simple comeback or back shoulder route.
Yeah.
They allowed a conversion on 3rd and 8.
Right on that sideline.
And on the near sideline, on Indiana's sideline, that allowed Indiana to then go down and score and take a 21-7 lead. So then at the 3:47 mark in the second quarter, you get the ball back and you take 44 seconds off of the game clock. This is the stuff that you don't talk like. This is the stuff that doesn't show up on box scores. And I encourage fans to look a little deeper too, because this is the stuff that just boggles the mind. You just allowed a 10-play, 75-yard drive. Your defense has been on their heels for the entirety of the first half.
Yep.
And at that point, at 21-7, the mentality, and I'm not saying this is the greatest thing to have, should be let us limp to the break, refocus, reset, adjust at halftime when we can get everybody in the same room and away from all the noise. Limp to halftime down 14 points, and you say, you know what, we played atrocious.
We got a second
but
half.
We're still in a spot to maybe come back and make something happen because you get the ball to start in the third quarter.
Right.
But instead, it's incomplete pass. It's incomplete pass. It's incomplete pass. And 44 seconds later, you're saying, defense, we know that this is not your best performance and you don't got it today, but go back out there and get us a stop. It's the same mentality of where Tony White said earlier this season that Dylan Raiola was putting up 24 points. This is after Illinois, and the defense needed to do better. The defense needed to do better for Nebraska's offense because Nebraska's offense was doing their part. Nebraska's defense wasn't necessarily doing their part on Saturday, but it sure as hell was not being helped out by the offense.
No, this was a collective, all three phases of the game, absolute debacle. You look at their scoring drives, you guys. First of all, in the first 9:35, they were 8 for 75, 8 plays, 75 yards, 7-0. Next drive in the second quarter, 13:37, they were 6 for 88, 2 minutes and 19 scoring drive, 14-0. Second quarter again, 6 minutes later, 7:40 in the game, 7:40 in the second quarter, 13 for 75. They chewed up 5 minutes and 57 minutes on the clock. Okay. That's when we get our score in there as far as that Sabarni gets the score in right there. However, after that, we know what happened. There was not we didn't sniff it again. 10 for 75 to make it 28-7. To make it 21-7. The second quarter, minute 9, 2 minutes later, 4 plays, 74 yards. A minute 17 went by, is 28-7. Then you go in the third quarter, 6:25. 3 plays, 19 yards. It only took them a minute 10. Now it's 35-7. The third quarter again. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Not to mention that's with their backup quarterback too.
Yeah.
So,
without their starter.
There is. I mean, disrespectful. I kind of in a humorous way, just disrespectful as hell.
Yeah.
Because Curtis Rourke. Here's the deal, and Jay and I actually were talking about this, guys, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Off of the hand injury, and Curtis Rourke's going to miss this Saturday's game against Washington. But you can't tell me or convince me that there is not more of an effort from Curtis Rourke to come back and play that game if it's a one-possession ball game.
Or
Indiana knew. Like, you could tell on the field, Indiana knew
these guys
that Nebraska was out.
Yeah.
They tapped in the first quarter. And so, I sit there, and once again, there's so many layers to the onion that you can peel back and look at. But I think the perfect indication and example of where Nebraska is as an non-dynamic offense right now is after your defense, and there's bigger pictures here, after your defense gives up their third touchdown of the day, it is 21-7, still within striking distance. You go 3 straight pass plays, allow them to preserve and keep their timeouts, knowing also that your special teams is a wild card at best.
Yeah.
And you allow them to then score on 4. In Nebraska, then Indiana scored on 4 plays on 71 yards to end the first half. And that was all she wrote. And it was 28-7 instead of 21-7. Like, those little details, and in the long run, maybe it wasn't going to, prove to be a difference maker. But I mean, those little details, man, of like decision making, and that does not go on execution. We got this text also, guys, where it said Raiola, something about Raiola. Here we go. 2280, Raiola refuses to methodically move the ball down the field. He only throws the underneath or check down routes as the last resort. You're always looking for the big play. I would ask this. Does Nebraska, and ask, I would ask this. 402-464-5685. Does Nebraska have a guy that threatens defensive coordinators?
No.
Does Nebraska have a guy on their perimeter that threatens defensive coordinators? Because you might view that as Raiola's always looking for the big play. I view it more as guys aren't getting open. If you watch the All-22, guys struggle to get open. Guys struggle to create separation. Guys aren't physical. Guys can't go up and get 50-50 balls because that's where half of Raiola's interceptions have gone to nowadays.
Let me tell you this too, Nick and Raff.
It's mind-boggling.
What else is mind-boggling? I mean, the lack of blocking on the perimeter by receivers.
That part too.
And I look at that a lot being a Coach Brown guy and just looking. There was no physicality from our wideouts, which was surprising to me and disappointing. You got Nair at 6'3", 2+. You got Banks at 6'3", 2+. And those guys, I don't think they had a DB over 5'10".
They should have been licking their chops.
They should have been licking their chops. And Raff, that was something I talked about just on Thursday and Friday of last week. Is listen, we got 4 or 5 inches on these guys, just height-wise on those 50-50 balls. Before we go any further, y'all want to make sure I get this read. Everyone's heard about testosterone replacement therapy, but how do you know who to trust? Ageless Men's Health is the nation's leader in testosterone and weight loss. No upselling, no unnecessary supplements, just real solutions. With a team of registered nurses and nurse practitioners, they look at your whole health and create a playbook you'll understand. They use the best products, including HCG, to keep your body safe and protect your fertility. This is the best team in the game, and they're ready to earn your trust. Google Ageless Men's Health Lincoln and check out their 175+ 5-star reviews. You guys, go ahead, Nick.
I don't know, man. There's so much to it. We haven't gotten to the offensive line. I mean, you have guys that are still committing the same penalties that they made in freshman year, and we're talking about they have 35 more starts now than they did back 4 years ago. There's so much to it. And I just, I mean, it sounds a lot like we're just sounding the alarm bells here, but I think Nebraska got exposed. They got disrespected. And yet still, it's important for the coach to say all these things. But here's this part.
I'm just saying. I've been a part of some bad teams where guys are on the sidelines throwing their helmets and quitting. I didn't see that. I saw guys wanting to continue to play. As we got into the fourth, that game was decided, which was disappointing.
Real quick before we elaborate on that, unknown texter.
I kind of would have wanted a helmet throw.
Yeah.
Unknown texter 3994. Good morning. Goes, after watching Indiana with a new coach stomp us in the dirt, nobody tell me I can't say something. Brother, I agree with you, man. I mean, there's reason for outrage on this, man. I'm not saying you burn the whole ship down. You can't do that. You're still sitting at 5-2. I tell you what, there'd be a lot of folks. I'm not comparing apples to oranges, but you look at what's going on in Florida, Florida State, heck, USC. I can go on and on and on. But this is Nebraska. And with that being said, unknown texter 3994, you should be pissed.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm seriously scratching. I did not see this happening like this. And you guys, Raff and Nick, there are changes that have to be made, and whether it's personnel, whether it's even as far as players, there are things that have to change. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, what we've seen on tape right now, Indiana was not concerned about Nebraska whatsoever. And I'm gonna say this, Raff, it looked like they weren't concerned about midway through the second quarter. No. I'm not talking about the second half. I mean midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, no, there was none. I mean, like Nick said about Rourke. I mean, I think if there'd have been any worry about Nebraska, he would have been playing again. But I mean, he was there, waving at the crowd. I was like, wow, he's not even making that attempt to even come back in the game.
I mean, here's the deal. What Curtis Rourke said he could do, Taven Jackson came in and said, let me just do the exact same thing. 7 of 8 passing. For 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't know, man. I keep going back to that was an opportunity. That was a gettable opportunity to show that Nebraska is a competent football team, that they have an idea of an organized idea of what they want to do offensively And I mean, honestly, defensively
Nick,
too.
We have. I will say this about our defense, with an exception, obviously, of Saturday's game. Our offense, with an exception, and you know what? I'm going to say this all year, with an exception of the first half against Colorado. What is our identity offensively? But Raff and Nick, what is our identity besides a few lob up passes? What is our go-to when we need something? What is our go-to?
And let me ask you this real quick before we go to break, guys. And this is how I think it'd be a good way to end the segment, Raff, before you send us to break. How is that question any different than the questions we've been asking the last 6 years?
We'll definitely come back and elaborate on that.
Yeah, I have no clue. All I know is you got to play in front of the sticks, and we have a tough time doing that. So let's throw it to break.
Yep.
It's the drive. 93.7 the ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 27th, enjoy USDA Choice Boneless Beef Crock-Pot Roast for $5.99 per pound, whole bone-in pork butts for $1.88 per pound, 8-ounce stuffed pork chops, 3 for $10, and Fairway's famous and original beer brats for $3.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th. Paid for by Bosin for Legislature.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 20th through the 26th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies to start, but showers and storms arriving this afternoon. We'll see a high around 82. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms are likely with a low around 54. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with an afternoon high around 79. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutter from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're not advertising your business on your vehicle, you're missing out on a lot of potential clients, and it's time to change that. Automotive Solutions excels in vinyl wraps and company IDs. They offer BG services with free warranties available, and they service all cars and diesel trucks too. They also service fleets, and if you push snow in the winter, get ahead now with your vehicles. Don't forget, ticket listeners receive a service discount on preventative maintenance. Call Automotive Solutions for an appointment at 531-249-5600 and stop by at 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home.
And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. It is Monday. We're trying to hear your thoughts. I'm going to read a few of your text lines because there's so many of them. Try to get to all of them.
Yeah, how about the reaction?
I love it.
You
folks.
think people are passionate?
And you know, and I love the fact it sucks, but I love the passion we see here. Because folks, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm kind of, honestly, I'm kind of glad I'm getting away for a few days because I got to process it in the mountains, man.
There you go.
I got to process it in the mountains.
Just to come back for Nebraska, Ohio State.
Yeah. Raff's like, I'm never coming back.
Yeah, right.
Unknown texture 2275 is kind of a lengthy one, but it makes a lot of sense. And this is what we're talking about, that apathy part. He goes spot on with the passion versus apathy argument. If you've ever been in a relationship, you know there are always fights or heated discussions here and there because you care about the relationship, the family, the home, etc. However, if you feel conflict and don't even have the heart to discuss things, even in heated manner with your partner, you know it's over. I was close during the Riley and Frost years at times, but I never thought that'd be the case with Rule. That said, before halftime, I had the game off and found myself finding chores to do around the house. Ooh. I didn't see anything on the field that was worth the emotional investment.
Imagine paying for a trip to Bloomington. Think about all the fans that paid for a trip to Bloomington.
You know, you guys, I'm going to tell you something, man. This, Nick, when you brought that up, as far as changes, do you think you'll see anything that'll be different?
I don't. I don't think Matt Rule is the kind of coach to operate where that changes mid-season happen. I just don't think so.
I'm even talking about change as far as just philosophy, execution, the way you're practicing, the way you're preparing. Because you guys, let's be honest. Let's just keep this real right here. Besides UTEP, okay? Because let's be honest, we slugged it out for a little bit with University of Northern Iowa. All right, let's keep it real. What game has Nebraska imposed their will on? Besides UTEP,
I would almost also say that they did.
I'm saying for 4 quarters.
I don't know if there is one because Nebraska's offense hasn't necessarily put on a complete performance for 4 quarters. They've been shut out multiple times in the second half, and they've just been able to have a big enough lead in their first half, score enough points in their first half to where they do the job. Man, guys. I just think this week is going to be real interesting with Matt Rule speaking today, coordinators tomorrow. It is going to be very interesting on how they handle it because there's going to be a lot of ears turned on and tuned in. And I think that many people have been all about Matt Rule always says the right things. I think Saturday was the first time where maybe he did not say the right thing.
And you know what, you guys, Raff, here's the deal. And Ahman, you said second half against Purdue was it. And again, that was a half.
Yeah, that's right.
That was half.
That's right.
It wasn't the whole game.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm talking about a whole game. And Raff, here's the deal, man. As a rabid fan base, as a passionate fan base, Nebraska fans, and Nebraska players, more importantly, deserve answers. Not coach speak. I want to know what are some changes you're going to make. Not coach speak. This is not a personal vendetta. These aren't attacks. This is part of the business, man. You think DeBoer is having a good time right down in Tuscaloosa right now, Raff?
Hello.
You think what's his name in Florida State is right now? Think he's having a good conversation? Yeah, Norvell's not having a good time, and Florida's coach isn't either. You have to have these conversations. What's going to change?
I think there's also something to be said when we're talking coordinators, and Tony White does a very good job of this. And I'll be honest, as bad of a day as it was for Marcus Satterfield on Saturday, we can't sit here and act like it was a great day for Tony White either. Yeah. But one thing that Tony White does week in and week out is he's able to articulate what they want to do. He's able to articulate what they want to do. Going up there and saying we just want to be physical. We just want to run the ball. We just want to be physical. We just need to be better. We just want to be physical. That doesn't articulate anything. And at a place like Nebraska, I think it's so valuable because the fans are so engaged. You have to be able to translate and articulate what you're trying to do, because the moment that, and we're seeing it right now on October 21st, the moment bleep hits the fan, you're going to go back to this. And guess what? I have a very strange feeling that tomorrow when Nebraska's offensive coordinator talks, it's not going to sound great. Well, you have to be able to articulate. And to this point, through the 2 years, it's the same thing, but the actions don't meet the words. And that's where Nebraska fans, I think, run into the biggest issue.
Raff here from unknown texter from Iowa 5253 says offense is one-dimensionally focused. Since they can't run, they're forced on the pass, but the O-line can't stop a four-man rush. And when they blitzed Raiola, held the ball too long because receivers can't get open. And that right there in a nutshell, my brother, is exactly what went down on Saturday. And unfortunately, we've seen this movie before a few times this year, if we're being honest with ourselves, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Unfortunately, guys, we got to catch up on some breaks.
Yeah, we got to catch up on some breaks. We got some breaks. Raff, take us home. We'll be right back, man.
All right, we'll talk to the break. It's the drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house-smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
560-6197.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you need, advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Bones, what's happening, brother? You know, so they sent a text to the show, I want to say, after the third game, saying that it completely looks like offense. There's no fire, no sense of putting the hammer down on the energy intake playing team that's just above average, completely having to stand out even more. That needs to get fixed. Get guys in the field who want to be there And I'm sorry, but it starts with our QB. This can't continue this year. You know what, Bones? I would say, man, I would agree with you in that I didn't see fire from anybody. I mean, I just didn't. I mean, I think somebody mentioned that Fedoni had some catches, yeah. But I seen a lot of guys standing around. I seen a lot of guys disinterested. And Raff, for the likes of me, and folks, I don't have any answer for. I wish I could answer some more. I did not expect them. Here's the thing about it. If you come out there and you're Raff, you got fire behind your ears, you're blazing, and you're making mistakes, okay, I can roll with that. I'm gonna be disappointed, but I can roll with that. But not to see any passion, not to see any energy. Raff, I still can't fathom that. And I think the more the days have gone by, even watching the Steelers game last night, I was still pissed thinking about Nebraska.
Yeah.
And I mean, my family's from Pittsburgh, obviously a lifelong fan, but it's different with the Huskers, man. I'm just scratching my head at trying to understand how you can come out from a bye week, okay, and you have everything in front. And not that they still don't have the bowl game in front. We still understand it's still there.
Well, that's another issue that you got is talking about the bowl game now. Making the almighty bowl game, and then they're gonna get mentally locked up there thinking about that. It's frustrating in that sense. It's almost like this game, before the game even started, I've almost felt like they were already beat because we'd already made Cignetti out to be so great, and Curtis Worth, the greatest quarterback of our time. And it just frustrates me that we get so up in. It's almost that they get mentally beat before they even step on the field.
Raff and Nick, this is why, and we got it on tape. It's on tape, Nick. When there were, I'm not saying a lot, but people were talking about Nebraska going 7-0. Remember that?
Yeah.
I said, how about just go 1-0? How about just go 1-0, because no one's seen, obviously, this happening on Saturday. But this is why when you put the cart before the horse, you get a few wins and then you start putting expectations up there. No, man, this team right now, they've got some issues they got to address, man. That's the bottom line. There are some issues that are glaring. If they would have lost, heck, even if it was a shootout as far as that goes. For instance, Miami and who the heck did Miami play? They had the shootout with in Louisville. I'll take a shootout win. I don't like them, but I'll take a shootout win. I would feel better about it. But to absolutely just get blasted by 49, there's some disconnect, bro.
So let's just get a couple of these Matt Rule quotes out of the way.
Yeah, let's get a few of the clips out.
Here we go.
I just think that I thought they had our number today. And again, that's the part that really infuriates me as the head coach. People are going to point at this person, everything should be pointed right at me. I usually can see things coming. And I'll tell you right now, I did not see this coming. And so credit to them. I don't want to take anything away from them. They're an excellent football team. But yeah, I did not see this coming.
So there's one. Here's this one.
Yeah, we wanted to play that game differently. Our hope today was to come out. They're a pass rushing group. We wanted to get in big people. We wanted to run the ball. We wanted to play action. We wanted to be violent.
Okay. So we'll start right there.
There was nothing violent.
No, because here's the thing. You had an entire first half where you were still firmly in this game.
Yep.
And I just brought up the example 30 minutes ago of after your defense gave up a 10-play, 75-yard drive to make it 21-7, Indiana. What did you do in response with 3 minutes left in the first half?
Nothing.
You threw the ball on 3 consecutive plays, took 44 seconds of game time off the clock, and gave the ball right back to him.
What's up, DF?
So that's where the disconnect, and it doesn't match up.
No,
it doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you what, that right there. That's why when they announced today, they need to switch play callers because there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect between the head coach and the play caller then, because if that's what he wanted, that's not what we saw. So he needs to switch play callers. That's it.
You know what, Raff, here's the deal, dude. Here's the deal, bro. From what we've seen so far out there, does not lead me to believe that they have an offensive identity by the plays being called so far. I just don't see it, man. But
genuinely, okay. So here's what I would ask.
I don't see it.
402. There's no physicalness.
464-5685. As we go to break here, because we're still catching up.
And there was violence, Nick. We were violently getting beat up.
In the let's see, 12 in the 18 games. Nebraska offense, have they had an identity in 18 games of this staff being here? Because I would ask you this. Last year, we blamed it on the quarterback. We said the quarterback was the issue. Do we still feel the same way? Do we still feel
talk
the
about it.
same way that that's the reason last year's quarterback, the same quarterback that started at Arizona State and did not turn the ball over this last weekend, are we still saying that it's the quarterback's problem for being and he's the issue?
Gorilla Bear, I just seen your text and you're spot on, brother. You are spot on. Changes. Got to do what you got to do sometimes, man. This is a business, man. It's not a person. It's not a popularity contest, man. Folks, we'll be right back. We'll discuss more of the game on Saturday. We got a lot to discuss, too. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did 0% with roof credit.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
If you're not advertising your business on your vehicle, you're missing out on a lot of potential clients, and it's time to change that. Automotive Solutions excels in vinyl wraps and company IDs. They offer BG services with free warranties available, and they service all cars and diesel trucks too. They also service fleets, and if you push snow in the winter, get ahead now with your vehicles. Don't forget, ticket listeners receive a service discount on preventative maintenance. Call Automotive Solutions for an appointment at 531-249-5600 and stop by at 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Some of the other numbers, none of it's good. This is painful. Gosh, I can't wait to get on the freaking airplane.
Yeah, think about what you're saying. Okay, actually, can we go this route?
Yes.
402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, the starter Hammond text line. We got 13 minutes left in the show or so to take your calls. First of all, I would say no short of 200 texts on the show today.
Oh, baby.
I mean, it was incredible by you guys. Appreciate you guys.
And you know what, fan base? I'm gonna tell you this right now to the listeners, Nick and Raff. I mean, I love the anger. I love the frustration.
Yeah.
And I say that I'm not saying I love it, but it shows people care. When this text lines for all those different shows, when ain't nobody saying nothing,
yeah,
they're saying something.
But
when they're not saying anything, they're saying something.
I want to ask the fans this, and the listeners, obviously. What do you want to hear today from Matt Rule? Like genuinely, right? Let's take the there's a lot of people on here that want to fire the coaches, right? Okay. That you can't, that doesn't apply. It can't be your answer can't be change in offensive coordinator, change in special teams coordinator, change in wide receivers coach, change in running back. It can't be that.
And if that's how they feel, that's how they feel.
It's how they feel.
Right.
But genuinely, what do you want to hear from Matt Rule today? Because it potentially for Matt Rule is somewhat of a lose-lose situation, because I'm not sure that there is anything that you can really say.
I'm going to say this real quick. Unknown texter. I think it's a thoughtful text. 4990. Guys, I'm on board with the frustration. That was hard to watch Saturday. Let's be honest with ourselves. How many wins do we expect this year? I thought 7 or 8 wins at most. We're still building this thing with a true freshman quarterback and getting great recruits, which we did land one. We flipped one offensive lineman from Kansas to Nebraska this weekend, too, in case we missed that. This was a dumpster fire 2 years ago. Maybe Indiana's a top team this year, and Illinois is not that bad either, which I totally agree. We give the Illinois game away and should be 6-1 right now. The schedule is very favorable after Ohio State. It'd be absolutely a huge improvement to pound 2 or 3 more wins out this year, which I still think is doable. I still think that's doable. I think we're just still doing the shell shock of the past Saturday. But I definitely think it's doable, though. Changes will have to be made on how they approach the game. Whether that's personnel or not, I would say the thing to where I would say change, Raff, is the mentality part of it. But go ahead, Nick.
Bingo. Yeah, if 2478 says, I would hope to hear that they are changing the philosophy on offense. Craig says, I'll fix it. No starting job is safe now.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, see, right. Okay, 0167 says in all caps, I don't want to hear about us still building. This is when we got obliterated by a first-year coach. Shut up. 6846, staff continuity matters so much. Brian, I understand pin deep, but out of our first 20 plays, how many runs did we attempt? The play calling is horrendous. Something has to change, or someone has to change.
You got to adjust it.
Yeah.
Eric and Hickman says, Rule fired a coach midseason at Carolina. Why can't he hear? Those are decisions he's going to have to make, man. Those are decisions. Yeah. Guys, the reality is this. This is big-time college football we're in. The Big Ten is big-time college football. Guys are paid a lot of money to fix things. I want to see things fixed. Man. I'm not saying you go out there. Here's the one thing, Raff, the thing that bothers me the most. The thing that bothers me the most when I seen the lack of energy out there. It was almost disinterested. That's the part, Raff, I can't figure out. That's the part that disturbs me the most was the lack of disinterest by us on the field on Saturday, man.
Yeah.
It just frustrates me that, like, the one person that texted in, I mean, it was a first-year coach. And I understand he got a lot of transfers from James Madison. But at the end of the day, it's like you got transfers from James Madison by a first-year coach. I mean,
Raff, James Madison, we're talking like Georgia or Alabama. I'm not knocking JMU by any stretch because they had some big wins over the years. But for heaven's sakes, James Madison?
I mean, they were making it sound like, oh, he got these players from James. I'm sitting there going, well, at most, what were they? Maybe 1-2 star recruits, maybe no star recruits. But then you get that, well, we're still building. And I'm like, well, what's going on?
I think this needs to be less about Indiana and more about Nebraska. I think looking at Indiana, they might have been lower level recruits, but time and time again, it's been proven that you can win with lower level recruits and you can lose with high level recruits.
Bingo.
So it comes down to coaching and it comes down to execution on the field. And Nebraska has, as we discussed, and as they tell and show, is that it feels like there is a disconnect between what they say they want to do and what their actions actually do. And that's a look in the mirror type of moment. I think from a player standpoint, you need to have some pride. Like that was straight up disrespectful.
Yeah.
And to even, I mean, here's the thing. Jay talks about it all the time, and all the former players on our station talk about it all the time. Like, the worst thing that you can have is regret. Did I not handle my bye week properly? Could I have done more? Could I have lifted more? Could I have worked with a guy more? Could I have been in the film room more? Indiana's not asking themselves that this week. Nebraska probably is. And that is the worst thing possible because you feel like it was avoidable. A 49-point performance, differential was avoidable. Indiana's might be a better football team than Nebraska, and maybe that's something that Nebraska fans need to just come to terms with, but not by 49 points.
No, the thing I'm not going to come to terms with, like I said, I come to terms with they beat us, but to come to terms with the way that we performed, to me, is unacceptable. I mean, it's unacceptable in all three phases, special teams, defense, and offense. It was totally unacceptable to lose by 49 points. I don't care who you were playing at the college level. To lose by 49 points with the amount of talent that we have on that team is unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. to lose by 49 points. I don't care who in the top 15, top 25 you're playing. You do not lose a game by 49 points in Nebraska. It's just and granted, we had before. People are saying, well, we did it. We did. It's unacceptable, man. It is totally unacceptable. And the part, again, I keep beating this drum, that the part that's toughest for me is to see them come out with just a lack of concern or lack of even care. It was almost like they were disinterested in the game Saturday. I don't understand that. I mean, reality is our defensive line was non-existent. Non-existent. They did whatever they wanted to do on us on both sides of the ball. I mean, that's just a reality.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. There's the YouTube videos of the replays or, highlights and stuff. I would, and I did this just last commercial break. I would recommend people to go and look at the Isaiah Nayor jet sweep and ask yourself when you're talking about coaches, right? Like the personnel on the field, that is the coach's piece of it. And this is where it's a perfect example of Nebraska specifically. The personnel and who's on the field in certain situations and who you give the ball to and what you dial up, that goes on play calling. And so the crowd that wants Satterfield to be gone and wants all that to be moved on from, you can get mad about that piece. But specifically the play, and I just watched it the last commercial break with a couple of the guys, is the jet sweep, the end around to Isaiah Nayor. Ask yourself.
Why would you have Nayor in that position?
No, ask yourself from the execution standpoint, is Isaiah Nayor running as hard as he can? Is Micah Mazuka blocking somebody? Is Bryce Benhart supposed to be 10 yards down the field with nobody in front of him? Are our 4 Nebraska guys supposed to be blocking just 2 Indiana Hoosiers?
4 on 2.
So while the play calling, the personnel conversation can center around the coaches, at some point, the execution piece from the players needs to be up to the standard that we're always talking about. And that's just one of the many examples from Saturday.
Craig said he's had enough. He goes, season done after Ohio State. I'm done. Got to do chores instead. And you know what? I can't say anything. Heck, I didn't want to watch the rest of it. It was hard to stomach to see someone just beat you to oblivion and not fight back. It was just hard to watch, man. It's hard to watch.
Well, with all that being said, Raff, a little RGT action. Let's talk about some excitement. It's time for us to take. It's time for us to take. What you got for us today, Raffy?
Oh boy. Oh man. Okay.
My blood pressure, I tell you.
I want to give it just to do here. Okay. So today's Raff's Good Take actually is kind of a sad Raff's Good Take. It is a sad Raff's Good Take. Earlier last week, we all know Ross Jernstrom. His wife, Julie, passed away. They were married for 44 years. Julie, amazing lady. She was a kindergarten teacher, mother, wife. She actually was a member of the Nebraska Spirit Squad. So that's how I know Julie. Great friends with her friend Deb, best friends. Just amazing person. And Ross Jernstrom, I mean, I'm telling you what, always the nicest guy anytime I've ever been in contact with them. So I just wanted to give Raff's Good Take out to Julie and the Jernstrom family for being just great representation of what Nebraska is. So you guys are Raff's Good Take, and all of our thoughts and prayers go out to Ross, Julie, and the family.
Thoughts and prayers to Rod Jernstrom and that family as they lay to rest. His bride of a long time. That's the real stuff that really hits. So he's a great man with Channel 7 and Omaha Media for years. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them. The 80 attitude adjustment, folks, is going to be this, and I'm going to relate it to this weekend and to adversity. Adversity reveals who you are. And I think we're going to find out a lot of who this team is and who they're not. Adversity reveals who we are, whether in real life, when you're dealing with things that actually are consequential to your well-being, or if it's to games and jobs as well, that's real things. Adversity reveals who you are. All right. And I tell you what, as many times we got punched in the mouth on Saturday, we're going to see what type of team this is. So whether it's in sports, athletics, entertainment, regardless what it is, adversity reveals who you are and what you're made of. So we'll see what made of.
Can I tell you guys a statistic that's completely off topic of what we're talking about? The Detroit Lions offense is the only team in the NFL with more offensive touchdowns than incompletions in a 4-game span. They have 18 touchdowns in their last 4 games. Jared Goff has thrown a total of 16 incompletions his last 4 games.
That is insane. And what they did,
Boom!
what they did going into Minnesota was awfully
Don't
nice.
you forget it.
And I'm just going to say this before we sign out too, Raff. Them Steelers, they just played Steeler ball last night.
There it is.
They just played Steelers football last night. It was great to see.
Devontae Adams lost to the Steelers, gets traded, loses to the Steelers
Yep.
again.
He lost to the Steelers twice in a week.
Yeah. AD, Raff, take us home. We got 10 seconds.
The road to the Super Bowl goes through Denver. Be nice to each other. Talk to you tomorrow.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical